Good morning, everyone. We're here for the Sunday Mindset Session. Luke Moroney here, Tony Meredith up there or down there, wherever you're seeing him right now. We really want to talk about all things mindset. It's an important part of what goes on with us each and every day of our lives. So it is the last one for 2020, Tony. We are pumped. We are ready to go. And, we're going to jam pack all this information in one 15, 20-minute block because, time is short during these holiday periods. We want to spend as much time with family as possible.
Absolutely. Look, firstly, Merry Christmas. Mate, did you have a nice Christmas?
Fantastic. How about you, mate?
Yeah, had a terrific one. Ate too much food as normal. Don't drink. Saw others drink plenty, but ate too much food. So that's okay. So no, but we're off to get a puppy today. So that's why it's got to be a short, sharp session because our little family's getting a puppy. We haven't had a puppy for about 18 years. So we're all very excited as a family, and off we go to collect our little dog.
Ken Murray's come on and said, morning to Luke and Tony.
Good morning, Ken.
Plenty of other people will come on as well. We've got Julia and others. Julia Dyer has come on and put up the likes. So we respect and thank you for all the likes and shares and comments that do come through on our mindset sessions. I know I talk about property investing a lot and say that 80% of what we do as a property investor is about mindset. I know you've got a little bit of a different take on this one, Tony. 20% for me is the knowledge, skills, and experience. So that's why, for the people that are just joining and haven't seen us before, that's why we talk about a mindset on Sunday mornings, because often the Sundays is when we're kind of a little bit relaxed. We're in our thinking states. Maybe we're in those pain states or struggling states, but we want to lift people up, and often it's the mornings, Tony, where we're like trying to get out of bed and, we want to do that lazy Sunday, but these are the days that we've got to lift ourselves up and get things going. And Christmas can be a bit of a time for a few struggles as well, with family, with friends, a lot of time, maybe, we've said about people having a few drinks and things like that can be a bit of a testing time for some.
Well, we talked about it last week, mate, and it was around the criticism from other people, and I'll be interested, actually, to get some feedback on how people found Christmas Day. Did they get criticised with the ideas? Do they get judged when they put forward the things that they want to achieve in 2021? Or how did they respond to it? So that'll be interesting. The other thing I'd like to say is for those new viewers, what number is this? How many Sundays has this been going for? This is not just hey, we woke up 2 weeks ago and started. How many Sundays?
Well, this one's 81, mate. So
81 Sundays in a row. I've missed a few. Luke's been here all 81. But 81 Sundays ago, you and I decided to start this thing. Never knew where it was going to go. And here we are today. And let me then take that one step further. 3 years ago today, you did something. What did you do 3 years ago today?
Yeah, it's quite extraordinary. And I did a little bit of video, which I'm going to post on social media a little bit later. But I started running 7Ks every day from 3 years ago today. So, Tony, it's quite a remarkable journey. And I actually said in this video, I wouldn't have thought in my wildest dreams that I'll be here today saying that I've run 7Ks each and every day for the last 3 years. At least I will say 7Ks because I run a couple of marathons in there as well. So it is quite extraordinary.
Yeah, but share with those who haven't heard the story, mate. You didn't start off, like you said, wanting to run 7K for 3 years. How did you start? Like, how long did you want to do 7Ks for?
It was just a focus on a week. Just do it for a week and see how it feels. I think it was kind of like, I'll do it for the first day. And then it felt fine. And was like, okay, I'll do it for a week. And then that weekend turned into, why can't I do it for a year? Yep. So it is. And then you look back on that 3 years and just like, where has it gone?
Yeah.
I think that this is what we experience so much in our lives, Tony, of look at what we achieved. And that's why we want to talk about this journey or the thought process. And the topic today is, what is the importance of rewarding yourself? Is to say that, you're putting it in there as a filter for future things, whether you get challenged on something and whether you can actually get towards that position of actually achieving by taking that one day at a time, by taking that one step at a time. And I know we've talked about it previously. How many days have I gotten up and said to myself, I don't really feel like it. And, you know, we've talked about the whole idea of 90% of the time, you often don't feel like doing something that's a push, a struggle, getting through a pain point, you know. And while I say that, we've got a whole bunch of people that are coming on today. Julia, who came on earlier, said morning, and so does Peter. Morning, boys. Merry Christmas. And so too has Kat. I know she was up early at 5:30 this morning enjoying the sunrise, seeing it a little bit on social media. She says Merry Christmas to both of you. Tony Gallagher, morning, gentlemen. Merry Christmas. Clinton and Peter says, I'm feeling bloated. So obviously he's been celebrating a little bit at Christmas, which is really good. Mum's come on in true to fashion. And Ken Murray, well done to you both. So, and I think, Ken, when Ken says well done to you both, well done on the 81. And I guess well done in terms of Tony, you know, respect for you for, I guess, guiding me on that journey as well through the 81 sessions. But also it does lift me up to go, okay, yes, I'm not feel like going for a run each and every day, but I'm still going for runs. So it kind of just, you know, puts it up to a new level, which is really good for me. So having that interaction with you really does help me. And this is what we're all about, sort of helping each other, whether it's Tony helping me with my running each and every day. And it's not coming out for Tony just saying advice. Luke, how can you get to the next level? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling about when you roll out of bed and all that sort of thing? It starts to stem back in your subconscious when we're talking about it all the time to push that further through. Rochelle's come on as well, and Ken says, congrats, Luke. Any thoughts around that, Tony, before we get into
well, firstly, I'm glad that I've inspired you to do it over 3 years of running. Perhaps I could inspire myself. That might be good. No, but in regards to that, it was a real thrill and a privilege for me back in, when was it, August, September? Gosh, the year's gone so quick, when we were able to run your 1,000th. And for those who are looking to see the video, then my face is the colour of Luke's shirt, or was for the colour of Luke's shirt at the end of. But you know what? It was a real special occasion. It was important to me. I hadn't run 7 kilometres for years and years. I used to do a lot of running as a young guy, but I hadn't run it for years and years. And it was important for me to at least be able to complete the 7K. Not for me, but to support my good mate Luke, and we had others there as well. And it was a real special morning and a real celebration of what you've been able to achieve. That was 1,000. So now 3 times 360, mate, you're what, at 1,080 odd, I suppose.
You got the calculations really good. Yeah, about 1,080, 1,090.
Fantastic.
Tony,
where to just quickly, well, just let's round this out. Where to from here in 2021 with your running? What's the plans for you?
It's just keep going.
Okay.
Stop when the either the body says, or, you know, if there's something that happens, that's it.
Have you had any problem just on that? Have you had any physical challenges along the way? Any little injuries or any little niggles? Any little things that have popped up?
A little bit of soreness every now and then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's not something that has prevented or maybe struggle through a run. So just some soreness here and there.
Okay. Good. All right. Okay. Topics. Sorry, mate.
I know,
Luke is here as the captain to guide us through. So my apologies.
Ken says, I haven't run 7Ks in total over my life. Walked, yes. No, run, no.
Sure. But that's okay, right? So here's the thing, and we say this all the time, right? Firstly, never ever compare yourself to other people. That's the first thing that we say. And the other is to what is your line in the sand. So if Ken's never run, don't run. Don't stress about it. If it's not important to you, don't give yourself the mental anguish. And people do this at this time of year, right? You'll see over the next week, people are going to go and set a whole lot of goals for 2021, and it causes mental anguish by the middle of January. If you don't run, accept it and move on with it. But Ken's walk. So then Ken, the opportunity is, well, that's my line in the sand. What can I do differently? What can I do better? What are the things that I can do to do one more walk or 100 extra metres or whatever it might be? You know, if that's for walking, someone else who might be a cyclist, for example, what can they do? Or someone else who might like to do, I don't know, push-ups or sit-ups or, you know, whatever. So find your line in the sand and compare yourself to yourself. As kids, we used to get encouraged on our little A's, little athletics. It was always about the PBs, you know, always doing your PBs, your personal best. And this is no different as adults. what's your personal best? You know, don't worry about what Luke does, because Luke started his journey 3 years ago. So if you want to compare yourself, if you feel the need, firstly, as I said, don't. But if you feel the need, compare yourself to Luke 3 years ago. That would be a fairer comparison. But I'd suggest don't compare at all. Rather focus on yourself and focus on your own PBs, your own little personal best, and have your own little personal challenges.
And it might not be time, Tony. It might be distance.
No, distance, another 100 metres, another 200 metres, whatever it is, you know.
I've reflected on that on you, and something that I've maybe slowed down in terms of me. Sometimes I don't need to push myself to, 80 or 90 or 100%. I can just, pull back, and it's about the longevity of it and maybe the mental strength of it that's more important than the actual physical running itself. Yep. So that's a big one. And I know a little bit of a story for everyone is I sent a message to someone who has been running, a kilometre or two each day. And I said, well, how about you do an extra 100 metres? And their instant response, and this is what we see a lot, is that instant response of people going, no. And they said no, but it was really interesting. The next day, they come back and they said, I did actually 3.5 Ks today, a K more than I've ever done. So even when you do challenge people, they do get it back in their subconscious about what goes on. And maybe they say instantly no, but there's that trigger inside their head to go, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can really get myself into doing that. If no's no, then that's so be it. But if I can just challenge themselves to go to 100 metres and they've done an extra K, amazing that can actually happen, Tony.
Of course. And it all starts, so that initial no is the automatic response, right? And so our mind operates on patterns. We've created all these patterns over many, many years. We've got all these neurons that are all sort of wired together because of things that have happened, whether that be around fear and responses and all those sorts of things. So that automatic response, that person wouldn't have even thought about that response. It just would have been an instant no, because perhaps that was their default, their automated response. But then when they sat with it, and this is the bit we talk about, just sit with your thoughts, right? We talk about this all the time. We had, Ken last week telling us he was out there doing he's not he was doing a magic spot in a spa, right? But it's about sit with your thoughts, and that person, automatic response, no. Then they sat with it, and over the day, I'm sure that person would have said to themselves, why the hell not, right? And there you go. The next day, they were feeling good, they were feeling inspired, and they went out and they ran a whole lot more.
So in the back of their brain going, Luke's going to say,
great.
Then they, can feel good about their run as well.
Of course.
On not only the extra 100 metres that I suggested, but, and this is where that can work as, I guess you as a coach, Tony, and me and what I do is just getting people to take that extra step. Yeah. And it's amazing if they can I can give them an idea of doing an extra 100 metres. They don't do that. They're competitive within themselves and they do an extra K instead of 100 metres. So
PBs, personal best. You're right.
Idea for people in conversation. Don't get people to rise, take 10 steps above where they are. Get them to take a little bit, because they might actually take even more than what you suggest.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And this is where I have an issue with the other Tony Robbins, where he talks about take massive action. And for me, and it's down to the interpretation, right? But for me, massive action is just it's not massive action. It's just do one more thing. Don't do massive action. Do one more than where you were, one more sit up, one more, 100 metres or 50 metres or whatever. Just do a little bit more. And then you challenge yourself and you do that inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. And over a period of time, then you look back and go, oh, wow, like how far have I come? In fact, what was that movie with Al Pacino? Game of Inches. Yeah, what was that, the NFL game? It'll come to us. Anyway, one of the viewers will know. But Al Pacino, it's all about inch by inch by inch. And it's so true. It's so true in...
What a speech. What a speech.
Any given Sunday.
Well, today is Sunday, mate.
There you go. That's what we say right here. Any given Sunday.